Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I have already started because I was doing the video and then my pool team started texting. So I am just really quickly darkening my brows. Because with me having blonde hair, it is so hard. And it's also really easy to make my brows too dark. But with Snow White having really black hair and stuff, you want it a little bit darker. So I am just really quickly doing that before correcting anything. So I'm just really quickly doing that. And I'm also going to blend it a little bit because I want it dark. Like, you want it dark, but you don't want it too dark. I mean, of course, if you already have black hair, you can just do whatever you normally do. I do not. So, I need them a little bit. Oh my god. This is so horrible. Like, a lot of people don't see me doing cosplay because I usually do it at home and then just wipe it off. So today I am not doing that because it is going to be hard to wash this hair without my husband's help. So I do not have my rings on. I need to get them on now that I'm done with the face, with the fingers portion of the face. Alright, now I'm going to go correcting some things. This is angular, so it's the perfect way. Just follow a natural brow shape and see it just these pens are lifesavers, especially when you're like cosplaying. And the nice thing about these are they are washable. Of course, they have 4 other tips too, but they are washable and they keep their shape. So like once I use all 4, tips up, I can wash them. So it beats having to buy a new one all the time. That's what I'm saying. So, now we can go into the fun part, which is the brow gel. It's gonna be crunchy like my hair. I swear, my hair is so stiff and so crunchy. It's not really uncomfortable because comparing it to like a wig, this is more comfortable. Guess I'm just not used to having temporary dye in. Last time I had temporary dye in was when I was like little, for some of the costumes I had. Which is funny because I always made sure that I had a costume that I could just do my blonde hair. But now that I'm older, I can't always just do that. Okay. Oh, and it was the e.l.f. brow lift, by the way. Forgot to tell you that. Alright. So now, really quickly, while I'm letting that dry, because I want that completely 100% dry before I put in my white eyeliner, which I will be doing in my waterline, so I gotta make sure it's like not really watery. And along my brow bone. So I'm gonna curl my lashes to give them some lift. I was going to get some lashes, but then I didn't have the money, and my husband's like, well, if you want like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have the money, and then my husband's like, oh, well, if you want to start doing cosplay, you can get the stuff you need for one of the looks. Since he had the money and I started cleaning more. And because that's our agreement, I can only get makeup if I clean. Because I'm a stay-at-home mom, or stay-at-home wife right now. Once I have kids, it's gonna be a stay-at-home mom. It's just so much easier that way. Because then one kid's always, there's always a parent at home with the kid. Or kids. So. Okay. I'm not doing mascara yet, but I am going to do my eyeliner. So, like I said, it's white. So, the reason I said it can't be too wet is because I did not give white eyeliner, an actual white eyeliner. Actually, first, no, I'll do the eyeliner first and then do the, yeah. So it's going to be my white eyeliner out of my Profusion palette. So when I said I didn't need it yesterday into Tuesday, well then I remembered that you needed white eyeliner, so oopsie. Because you want that, like, doe-eyed effect because she is young. So you want that young perspective. So I'm going to do the brow bone first. So I got my bent eyeliner brush. So they both go in with like a wooden pencil. But since I forgot about needing the white eyeliner, I'm just going to go into my water activated eyeliner. And we're also going to be doing that tomorrow. So, like I said, I don't want it too wet. because I need it in my waterline for the doe-eyed effect. This is just as a like highlight, which don't worry, we're also going to need to set it with powder, a powder eyeshadow. So you use what you got. And actually, I feel like this works better as a highlight than a pencil. Eyeliner. But so I know Snow White in the cartoons has short hair, but if you watch the Once Upon a Time version, which is where I based the hair from, it is actually long. She has long hair in Once Upon a Time, which I love that show. It looks really cute. And then let that dry. And once we do the eyeshadow, I'll put the eyeshadow over top of it. Oh, love it. Now, for the waterline, it's going to be a little damn. I did not expect that to work as well as it did. Oh. Oh. No, it's not working as well. So, what we'll do is we'll just put it, because it is water activated, so like it went on fine until my eyes started watering. So what we'll do, we'll put it in the waterline, we'll put it by the waterline. Which I can't keep eyeliner on my waterline anyways. Like that. Since I didn't get a pencil, we're just gonna have to deal with what we got. So this is not gonna be really accurate, but I feel like once we get the look most of the way done. I'm gonna snap a piece of hair off. Thank you. This is just gonna bother me today. But I feel like once we get the look actually done, it won't look bad. Just gotta get there. Trust the process. So. You just gotta trust the process. Give it time. It will work out. So. Whew. Like, kind of see how messy that hair thing is. Like, it's all over. So, alright. I'm gonna do that, and then right underneath the white, once I get ready to do that, put it right under, like a light brown eyeshadow underneath the white. So once we get there, I will do that. Just gotta trust the process. Okay. So now I'm going into my eye makeup now. Eyeshadow primer and my short shader brush. And whatever we need tomorrow, I'm putting back into my Amazon package. And yeah. Alright. Alright. I think this is good. Alright. So now I'm gonna go to the way I'm doing my eyes a little different. So first I'm gonna go into my small shader from Moda. And going to powder the eyeliner really quick. So I'm also going to go into my bent eyeliner brush to do the eyeliner on. But first, I'm going to take the white shade. Oops. And put it all, maybe, it all over my lid. Oh. And because I already got small eyes, it's kind of hard to not get into my crease, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it in the crease too. Alright. So. Alright. Got that. Itchy face. Take my bent eyeliner brush. I'm gonna go into that white. I'm going to powder that white down on the brows. And up underneath right on where I put the eyeliner for the small doe eyes. Well, not small doe eyes, like, you know what I mean. I have small eyes. I don't want them looking smaller. You know what? I got the perfect idea. Okay. First, I'm still gonna need this one. Okay. Here's an eye crease brush. So, since it's mostly going to be just cosplay, it's a lot easier for me with brushes now. Okay, so like I guess I could have used this one, but yeah, we'll just use these two for black and white. Alright, now I'm going into this big palette here. I'm going to take this crease brush here. I'm going to go into this gray shade here, because Snow White's eyeshadow goes between the colors white, well, mostly gray and brown. So I'm just incorporating that, staying right in my crease. This palette has a lot of fallout. Staying right in my crease area. And okay. Oops. Alright. I'm also going to use my makeup book today. Like, I am trying my hardest. Okay. So, it's going to be kind of hard to use this, but I'm going to try. I might use it, like, with my pinky. And concealer, I'm just going to go with what is underneath the eye, so I'm going to do it with the corrector, too. So, it will be fine. Alright, now I'm taking that same crease brush. Okay. Gonna go into this brown here. This is like sort of a light brown. Like medium brown. I will be blending it. Don't you worry. I will be blending it. Trust me, this is like the hardest thing I've had to do in a while. Usually all my looks are planned out. Usually. There's times they're not. So like trying to figure out how to do this is really hard. I am going to go through my brushes because there's some brushes I won't need tomorrow. Alright. Now I'm going to take my detail brush because I want a little bit of a darker brown. Like tough, which is right here. Because one of the videos I watched, they do a contrast between light brown and dark brown, just like a little bit, like what I normally do. And then they keep the other part of the lid open, or no. So. And again, making sure that is blended. Alright, now I'm going to take my smudge brush here, go back into this, and we're going to go into Habit, which is going to complement that white. So, I'm going to really complement that white underneath the eye. So, I don't think I'm going to do any corrector or concealer. I was going to try, but then I realized it's going to be hard doing it. So, and I still got bleeding to do. So, and just underneath, don't get it up, and if it's in your waterline, it'll be a lot easier. Okay. Alright. Now I'm gonna do a little eyeliner. If I can find. I'm gonna need this tomorrow. Or the. Ow! I'm going into the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Skinny eyeliner. Just for a little bit of eyeliner. Nothing too thick. Well, and of course I'm not going to be using this tomorrow. So most of the stuff I used today, I'm not going to use tomorrow. Just because there's like really no point if it's just going to get covered up. So I'm not using it tomorrow. Alright. So, got that. Alright. Now I'm going to take my correcting pen, go up underneath the under eye and up along the wing. Excuse me. To make sure there's no fallout and that everything is fine. So I'm going to take my mirror. So I still can use this later. Alright, so now we're into primer. Which is, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator and the Essence Jelly Grip. See what I mean about it's so messy? Look at that. It got on the primer. So, jeez. Alright. This is a hydrating grippy primer. So, I'm gonna do 3 squirts. Trust me, 3 squirts will be enough. Oh my god. So, woo, woo, woo. See, it's enough. It was enough to be able to do the whole face. So let me get that. I know that Snowy also has Perfect Smooth Skin, but honestly I'm not wanting to use too many things on my face for cosplay, like around the same amount as normal for me, just to so got that. And there's no like underpainting today, so we're good to go right into foundation, which I need another one. I'm going to use this one because this one's great for cosplay, the L'Oreal True Match. I have it in N05, and that's like not enough lightness, so I'm going to go into my white foundation as well, just to mix it, make it a lot lighter, because she has perfect smooth skin, but she is also pale. So, like, see, that just does it perfectly. I need a foundation brush. Got one. So I am gonna stipple this out, but this does it perfectly, because she is a little more paler than I am. So just making sure to blend that all out. Then Dimple, dimple, dimple. Like, whew. I'm loving this. Now, of course, if you have paler skin than I do, which I think I'm the palest, I should use a cartoon. And doing this is making me look like I have a mask on, because it's not my skin tone, or my skin color. So, but anyways, because Snow White is pretty pale, and I mean, like, in real life, I'm the palest in most formulas. Just make sure you blend it down your neck too. But as I was saying, if you are paler than I am, just use your normal foundation. But me, I have to add a little bit to it to make it pale enough. And it's still wanting to blend with my skin tone. So weird because it looks like I have a mask on. So this one, I'm gonna take my finger and blend it in between my brows, and then blend it with the brush down the bridge of my nose. So, yay! I know this eye look, I'm gonna have to put concealer on because it just looks weird as hell. So, like I said, I'm gonna have to get more of that foundation. That foundation's really good with cosplay. So, this is a good foundation for cosplay. I think I tried it with Tiffany and Annabelle, and I loved the way it looked. So I'm gonna have to add some corrector and concealer because the under eye portion is just not my vibe. I have to have something under there, which is why cosplay is always so hard for me. So I'm going into the e.l.f. color corrector brightener, and of course I'm trying not to get too close to that shadow, which is why cosplay is so hard for me, because there's a lot of cosplay that you can't use concealer. But like tomorrow's look, there's going to be something on the under eyes, so it kind of, like the whole under eye, so it kind of makes up for that. But I'm sorry, I had to. And I will fix any mistakes. So if we do go a little too high with the concealer, I will always take the shadow we used and fix that, or the eyeliner. I'm gonna try to round it out. So I'm going to my potted concealer, the Professional Makeup concealer, with my fluffy concealer brush. As long as I do it like this, I can round it out to my eyeshadow. But I might have to fix that. Like, come on. Alright, I'm going to wait for that to dry. And of course, we're baking. Baking. I love baking. Need that. Of course, I'm going to do a little light set on the chin. And using my setting brush to wipe the bake off. But I am so excited. Excited to see how long this takes, because it's looking like this is going to be quicker than a lot of my regular looks, which is weird because I'm literally onto powder and it's only been 42 minutes. So that's a little weird. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder. This is the powder that I originally got just for cosplay, and then I didn't think I was going to do it again until next year. Then I ended up doing it. So I wanted to do it and just focus on cosplay. So here we are. And I got 3 more loose powders and 2 more pressed powders to use. So here we are. This is in translucent. So now I'm going to take my pink powder puff and start baking around my face. Oops. Yep, I knew I was gonna have to. It's fine. But like I said, it is fine. I don't mind. You know, I don't mind having to redo and fix everything. So. Alright. Forgot how messy baking can get. So, this will be used tomorrow. So. I forgot to use my e.l.f. lip balm. So. I'm gonna do that now. Mm. 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 Alright, and then we're gonna finish up the eyes at the end. Like, I'll do the eyeshadow now, but I'm gonna do the mascara after I set with setting spray. Alright, I'm gonna take my setting brush. Very lightly. Just away. The bake. Now, perfect smooth skin. Alright, but like I said, I gotta fix the eyes a little bit. Alright. So now I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. Let me find my contour brush. Oops. There it is. Found it. I use this contour brush. I'm going to go into the Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette, and I'm going to mix the two colors together. To make, and then make a small, really contour the side of my nose, or up the bridge of my nose. Take that this way too. Make her a little more modern. The cartoon came out like 1937. Make her a little more modern. Just a smidge. I'm telling you. That. No. That. That is sharp nose. And then kind of contour the jawline too. She did have a good contoured jawline. Okay. So, perfect. Just take my blending brush wherever it is. My eye crease brush. Where is my blending brush? There it is. Just to blend this a little bit. And then blend this a smidge. Just a smidge. Okay. Alright. No. Actually, this sounds really weird, but I'm gonna do it this way. Because she had a lot of blush on her cheeks. I remember from the cartoon, she had a lot of blush. So to be able to get that, like, really... on the day... on the days that I'm going to be gone. Anyways, to be able to do that, like, really blushed look without it getting too dark using, like, the NYX one, I'm going to use the e.l.f. one. Because this has pigment and color, but it's not going to get too much. So, I am dimpling it on, and I'm also going to take, like, my angled contour brush. That's also an angled blush brush if you want. If you use, like, angled brushes for blush. I usually use, like, you know what I mean. I'm doing a lifted look. I think she had it, like, mainly on her apples. I am doing a more lifted look because I don't like it just on my apples. So, I am incorporating it the way I would do normal blush, but a little more on each side, and then we'll blend it. So, yep. Perfect. Now, where did I put that sucker now? Never mind, I found it. Take my blending brush. This is why I like the e.l.f. blush. It's also easy to blend. Okay. I know this is not, like, incredibly accurate, but it works. So, I'm gonna use a little bit of highlighter too, with, like, a fan brush. The reason I'm using a fan brush instead of, like, that big giant, I can't find it, damn. I didn't think it was this far down. I found it. The reason I'm using a fan brush instead of, like, a big brush like my other highlighting brush is because I want it very subtle. Oh man, I want it there, but I want it very subtle. Just like a little bit of highlight on the skin. Again, we're making her more modern, more, because she did come out, like, during war era, or no, before war. War era would be like 39 to 45. So, before war era, but still close enough. So now, I'm going to set my face, and then we're going to do lips and mascara. And then we're done. Alright. So the Essence Fix and Last setting spray. Can we do it a day I am gonna be here? I'm still going up. My poor hair. My poor hair. Like, look at this. My poor hair. It's all crunchy. But it's fine. Alright. So now, I think I'm wanting to use the Lash Beats mascara first. Like I said, I just didn't have the money to get the lashes, so okay. So I don't know if I'm gonna do mascara tomorrow. We'll do a little bit of mascara tomorrow. Now I'm just going to wipe my lip balm off. I'm going into the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in Pioneer. It's just like the closest red I'm gonna get. Alright. So what the fuck? Fine, whatever. Alright. So I got this under an hour. So here is my Snow White, like Disney / modern version. Let's see if I can find like some temporary like black hair dye for tomorrow. So I hope you guys like this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye.